Kilroy, BBC News.
That's fantastic, isn't it? We're going to talk to a Raleigh chopper enthusiast now. It's Brian Pendlebury. He's also the owner of the bike that we have in the studio. Brian, thanks so much for coming in. We've just been sort of enthusing about them while the film was on there. What made these so popular back in the day?
They were just an iconic design. I mean, look at all the chrome on it. They're just washed with chrome. They're so iconic, it's unbelievable. Such a fantastic bike, such a fantastic design.
Is it actually a good bike to ride?
They're a little bit awkward to ride,
Yes.
They're a little bit dangerous to ride, but iconic all the same.
Why were they dangerous at one point? Because people used to do backies on them.
They're not very steady.
Right.
With the handlebar system, they're not a very steady bike. However, you're quite right. They used to put two young people on the back of it, and this particular model, the Mark I, used to snap on the rear stays because of the weight.
Right, okay.
So they had to redesign it, which they did, and Tom Carron again did an amazing job. And then they were getting sued because of the T-bar gear lever in the middle. So then they stopped making the Mark II, and then they brought a Mark III out in the 2000s, which was nothing like the Mark I or the Mark II.
So back in the day, these were about £32, weren't they?
Yeah.
Which is about 550 quid now, if you were going to buy them.
Did you have one?
Not at all, no. I could never afford one, unfortunately, or my parents could never afford one. So when I got a bike shop, I promised myself that I would have a Mark I, Mark II and a Mark III. We've actually, I got the Mark I, we've refurbished a Mark II, which we're just finishing off now, because it does take some time. We've refurbished a Mark III as well. And we've got another Mark II, which we're going to do a video on actually doing the refurbishment.
It's interesting, while we were chatting, you were telling us that you work with children young people who've been excluded from mainstream schools and help them through the medium of bike maintenance just to learn new skills. Just to explain.
Yeah, we're an alternative education provider based in Stockport. We're called Cera Cycloan, and we work with other organisations as well, like Bike It UK, Cycling UK, and Woodson Cycles on Edgeley. But we do actually work with young people who have got major difficulties in terms of the way they learn, really. And we use the bike as a medium to engage. So they might have some mechanical skills, they might have some mechanical interest, and we try and build on that. And whilst we're doing that, we also teach them how to research parts, work with customers, do customer service, answer the telephone, and lots of other things, preparing them for the real world.
That's good.
Why is this? I know we use the word iconic, and it's a word that can be used quite, generally almost. Why is this bike stuck in the memories of so many people? What was it about it that meant that Chris Fawkes and you wanted one when you were a child, and I had like a chipper, which was kind of a
cheapo chopper.
And there was a second. Look, that's a chipper. Mine was yellow.
Well, it looks a bit like a chopper.
It does. It's kind of, I had one passed down through family members, and why did we want them? Because the seat was comfortable, and that was about it for me.
I honestly think because when you look at the design, especially of the chopper, they have big handlebars.
Yeah.
So like the Harley Davidson type.
So they're a little
thing,
bit like a motorbike, a Harley Davidson kind of theory. When you look at the bike itself, it's just full of chrome.
Yeah.
And it shines, it blings in the sunshine. And I think that's what makes it so iconic. Even today, we have young people who come into our shop and they go, whoa, what is that?
So I remember I'd forgotten what it looked like, but I had one of these. It's a budgie. Mine was purple, and my brother had an orange one. Well, that's like a diddy person's chopper, isn't it?
My chipper. Considering how tall are you? 6'4"?
6'2".
6'2". I can imagine you were a tall child as well. It didn't just happen all the time. You do look ridiculous on that.
Well. Yeah.
Did you like it, though?
I loved it, but that was when I was really little. But I wanted, everyone wanted to graduate to a chopper, and I didn't. But they were great bikes. And when you mentioned the chrome,
yeah,
the bikes today aren't like that, are they?
They're not. No, there is no chrome. It's like a vintage car. Vintage cars had a lot of chrome on them.
Yeah.
Do you see chrome on cars today? No. But and I think that's the attraction. when you've got young people coming up today looking at these bikes in our shop and actually asking, wow, what is that? Because they don't know.
Yeah.
Then we're passing on information for the next generation.
How much do they cost today?
Oh, now then. I couldn't put a price on that one.
Right.
You'd have to put it in an auction and put a reserve on it and see who's in the audience, really.
Hundreds. We're looking at hundreds,
Thousands.
thousands. Really?
Yeah.
Oh
Yeah.
wow. Well,
Definitely.
it's been nice having a moment of nostalgia, hasn't it? Thank you
Yeah,
so
lovely.
much.
Thanks for having me.
Brian Pendlebury, thank you very much.
Thanks,
All right,
Brian.
thank you.
Stay with us. It's 9 o'clock. Headlines are on the way.
Hello, I'm Ross Kemp, and this is Celebrity Bridge of Lies, where winning is as simple as getting